Hello everyone and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. I do love all like the devices you see around the kind of the Nopon places because they don't have like power and they don't use ether in the same way as the Homs do. Everything's very kind of manual and analog, which I really like as a design choice. Last episode, we dealt with a lot of stuff up towards the top of Frontier Village with the kind of the Prophecy Hut. This episode, we are going to be down towards the bottom. This guy actually has a quest for us, but we're not going to get it quite yet. First off, we want to register Cherry here in the affinity chart by talking to her. So, sorry, no time to chat. Boss get angry with me again. Boss shoot daggers at me if I not work properly. And indeed, we do actually want to get the quest from this guy, starting off right away with Doba Doba. Now tell me, my young friends, how important are pollen orbs to the Mopon way of life? Well, I'm here to listen. Yes, tell us what's wrong. Take a good look around you. See all the pollen orb lamps? Without the pollen orbs, our village turned to darkness. We make best orbs from pollen taken from Yellow Flower Grove, but monsters are causing trouble there and stop us getting pollen. The glow of the lamps is so bright. I thought they were ether crystals, so they're made from pollen. Nopon are experts at using all the gifts of Machina. Do you use anything other than pollen to work the lamps? That is top secret, nosy friend. If I told you, I lose my job. Are you sure you can't? I'm really curious now. This gives us pollen orb ingredients. Grab 5 lots of yellow pollen from Yellow Flower Grove. We have been to Yellow Flower Grove before, but he's going to tell us anyway. To get to Yellow Flower Grove, just go out of Windmill Pavilion. Follow river upstream to Waterball and go to right. Keep eye out for monsters and get me some pollen. You can count on us. We'll get it done. Let's just take it one step at a time. Exactly, Shulk. Let's give it our all. So we've been to Yellow Flower Grove before. There was a unique monster there, some kind of a Luca. But we won't be going there right away because there's actually another quest. I'm trapped. Oh, well, I need to warp anyway. There's another quest down here next to the Central Plaza that I want to grab at the same time. So this Nopon here is Rasha, with whom we'll be spending the majority of this episode. Tatty was singing a lovely song. I wonder where he learned it. I want to try singing it too. Oh, that's an affinity link from the end of that quest from ages ago. Mysterious voices down below. At this time of year, a lot of Machina Iluka migrate into this area. My Nisipon is scared of bugs. Can I ask you to do some pest control? How worrying. But aren't we right to let it go? We aren't going to let it go, right, Charlotte? You said it, although it won't be easy. I would do it myself, but I'd get the thrashing of my life. I can't hold a weapon properly because of an old injury. And of course, everyone has that allergy really bad this year. My head is all bunged up. You look in very good shape. Have you been working out? That's very kind of you to notice. Thank you. But I cannot use my arm properly, not even for everyday work. So can you get rid of the Machina Ilukas for me? And this is disinsectization, which is defeat 5 Machina Ilukas in Yellow Flower Grove. Figured I'd combine this with the other one because both of them take us to Yellow Flower Grove. Would you mind telling Cherry that you got rid of them? You can count on us. We'll get it done. I know you can handle it. I'm just here to make a good impression. Oh, don't put yourself down. I can't do it by myself. I need your help too. So, if you recall correctly, when we go to Machina Forest, Yellow Flower Grove is just over here. So we'll go to the Glowmoss Triton Henge and then head north and right. North and east. There we go. So, kicking around here, we have 3 yellow pollen orbs, which are confusingly red orbs because they're quest items. And a couple of Ilukas will pop up here. Let's take out these ones. With those 3 dead, we actually, there's no more in this spot, but if you look at the map, there's another yellow flower spot just around the corner. And what appears to be a chest that I've already left there. Huh. I already left there, I mean left there from earlier. I think there's some Hodes around here or something. So, we're too high level for the Ilukas to even start a fight with us of their own volition, so we'll grab the rest of the yellow pollen, which updates that quest to return to Doba Doba, and then we'll fight these Iluka. That's also a fun tactic, getting all of their attention using a metal blast that goes through all of them. But having used covert stance before, so it doesn't draw any aggro on Charlotte. It's a shame that Melia doesn't have any equivalent of that, of something for not drawing aggro from ranged attacks, because it's very handy having covert stance on Charlotte. Anyway, with one of those earlier ones was clearly the one I wanted, so let's first go back to Doba Doba. Friends bring me pollen from Yellow Flower Grove. Now we can keep pollen orb lamps lit. Good, it was our pleasure. I think friends deserve to hear some Nopon knowledge. It's not easy to make very special red pollen orb without this pollen. That is why red pollen orbs are so precious. Another little thing we're hearing about red pollen orbs, and we'll be delving really into the full mystery of red pollen orbs, what they are. We know they seem to be some kind of Nopon amphetamines, essentially. Dodgy people from all over the Bionis are involved in their production. We'll be learning about that in episode 60-something. I don't know how far ahead it's going to be. It's going to be before we go on to climb the Mechonis. It's going to be in this chunk of side quests, but not for a while yet. Anyway, that completes that quest, and we can also turn in to Cherry. Friends bash Luca? Why friends do that? I know, Rasha told you to. Tell Rasha to mind her own business. Wow, there's clearly some enmity there. Let's go and, well, pass that on to Rasha in slightly friendlier terms.
Oh, fine.
Well done. Thank you so much. That's a relief. Good, it was our pleasure. Charlotte, you're a medic, right? No wonder you like helping people. Yeah, but that's not the only reason. I just like making people happy. Cherry said I should mind my own business? Ugh, she needs to learn some manners and grow up. So there's some history there, which we'll delve into in just a second. But for now, that completes disinsectization. And we'll delve into that history right away, I suppose. My Nisibon Cherry doesn't seem to want to spend time with me. She's my only relative, though, so I want to be close to her. I'm here to listen. Charlotte, we might be able to help. Good thinking, Shulk. Let's hear the problem first. Cherry's Mamapon, my sister-pon, is no longer with us. I feel like I should be a Mamapon to Cherry because of that. Why don't you get her a present? Maybe something she likes. A present? What should I give her? I tried to give her a ring and some flowers before. She wouldn't accept them, though. Is there something she needs? You should know because you're always looking over her. Now that I think of it, she did say she needed some filtered water. She must need it for her work. Would it be okay? Would something like that be okay, I wonder? So this gives us secret innovation. Collect filtered water from near the sparkling pool in Magna Forest from dawn until dusk. Not been to the sparkling pool yet. Final area of Magna that we have. Oh no, there is one more actually on top of that. If you find some filtered water, would you take it to Cherry for me? If I brought it, she probably would not accept it. You can count on us. We'll get it done. Yes, I too will give it my all. So the sparkling pool is actually a secret area. It is. We get to it. It's around here, kind of down at the bottom of this thing. So we'll start at the X watering hole and then we'll put the speeder on and go south from there. And there we go, secret area of the sparkling pool with our filtered water. So we need to return that to Cherry, and it is really nice and pretty here. It's one of these really cool, like, crystal clear pools. It's weird that the way those trees are kind of, those branches are almost reflections in it. Oh, it's because some of them have shadows and some don't. Very strange. Anyway, so that is our final, this is what confused me. That's our final landmark in Magna, but we've got one more location to get, which will be next episode. But we also have a heart-to-heart here between Melia and Charla called No Boys Allowed. What a beautiful spring. Makes me want to jump right in. It certainly does look inviting. It does look inviting. It would certainly cool us down. Are you alright, Melia? It looks as if the heat's getting to you. Oh, you may be correct. Maybe you should take a rest. That may be in order. I believe I am starting to see things. That doesn't sound good. Maybe the forest air doesn't agree with you. It's very humid here. Don't worry, I just need a minute to compose myself. Well, if you say so. Okay, I've got a great idea. Oh, I've got a great idea. Let's take a dip, just you and me. It'll cool us both down, and it might even make you feel better. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. We don't get another chance like this, and the water's crystal clear. But well, didn't you used to go out swimming outdoors when you were a kid? No, never. Father would not have allowed something like that. Then why make up for lost time? Why not make up for lost time? It's the perfect chance. You are right. Let's go swimming, Charlotte. I hope Shulk doesn't see me. That's a bit sad and depressing to have grown up somewhere like Erith Sea, which is about the prettiest beaches and seas in the entire world, and have never gone swimming. Either way, we need to return the first to Cherry. Try and return the filtered water to her.
Yay!
What's that you say? You have something for me? High quality filtered water? Friends sure I can have this? But why do friends give it to me? So Rasha told friends to. I don't know. I guess I'll take it. Thank you. Again, not super jazzed about it exactly. Let's go down and talk to Rasha.
Oh, fine.
I heard you were able to get the water to her. I do hope Cherry goes from strength to strength at work. Good, it was our pleasure. Yes, mission complete. I hope we bridge the gulf between us even a little from now on. And that completes Secret Innovation. And with that, Rasha will offer one final quest. This one requires everything else we've done this episode to be done already, and also requires 4-star affinity with Colony 4, I was going to call this, with Central Bionis, which is where we're located at the moment. With that, Rasha offers us a final quest.
Oh, fine.
Do you mind if I talk to you about something? Of course, if you think I can help. Once, I used to travel the world as a Nopon merchant. My sister-pon and I ran our own little outfit. It was so enjoyable. Then one night we were attacked as we set up camp by Aerith Sea. I was badly injured, and my sister-pon lost her life. How awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. My sister-pon was Cherry's Mamapon. Since then, I've been taking care of Cherry, but she blames me for her Mamapon's death. Time is supposed to be a great healer, but maybe Cherry wasn't one to accept what happened that day, even though she knows it was just an accident. I know better than anyone that it's hard to accept these things. Perhaps you're right, but still, I wish it had been me who died that day, and not my sister-pon. You can't think like that, Rasha. But maybe... Yes, here's an idea. Tell me, do you know what kind of monster attacked you? It was near the ether crystal deposit at Aerith Sea. It's probably still there even now. Maybe we could get rid of it. I know that won't change anything between you and Cherry, but you and Cherry need to find some way of getting over this. Her stubbornness has to stop sometime. If you could beat that monster, it would be a great help. So this gives us Avenge on Mamapon's death. Defeat the Pillager Horde in the area of the ether crystal deposit in Aerith Sea. You can count on us. We'll get it done. Obviously, for this, you also need to have access to Aerith Sea, but it's pretty hard to get 4-star affinity in Central Bionis before you've even got access to Aerith Sea, before you've done kind of the stuff with the Telethia. So we're going to walk to Sareth Lighthouse and then follow this path along to the ether crystal deposit here. So from up here, we actually need to hop down because the creature we're looking for is on the beach here. Oh, I'm always concerned with these kind of deeply shelving spots here that you might jump off and accidentally just crunch into the ground quite painfully. Anyway, what we're looking for is just over here. There we go, the single lone pillager hode. Just do this guy in. Also, the way the affinity system works is kind of weird in this, as in, you need 4-star affinity with Central Bionis in order to do this. Oh, it drops a cloth shred, the remnant of some Nopon clothing. But yeah, we need 4-star affinity to do it, but then the monster is only level 35, and it's because it's like, you can build up a lot of affinity by doing quests which won't level you up a great deal. They can't necessarily tie affinity to level, but it always feels tied to level in a way, so it's like, for me, it's like, I don't think of being able to do this quest until we're at least at, you know, kind of Valak Mountain after Prison Island, if not kind of where we are now in the kind of the first visit to the Hidden Village. And yet, you can't... You're fighting like level 35 monsters, which are like 30, something like 25, 30 levels below you, because technically you could have jebbed this and got here earlier. But it does feel weird often that a lot of what I consider to be quite mid to late game quests have potentially very easy monsters attached to them. Anyway, we can now speak to... I've come down to Cherry, but we need to speak to Rasha. Nuts! Oh, too shallow there by the looks of it. Oh, okay. Do I miss the stairs entirely, clearly? I could just teleport down here, like, rather than trying to make the jump from the top. But that's less fun, isn't it? There we go. Nice, safe, deep water. Oh, fuck's she gone? Oh, she's on the other side. Is she? Oh, no, she's just gone for a walk over here. I didn't know she did this. Anyway, let's talk to her about what we did and what we found.
Oh, fine.
You got rid of Monster! You know what? She come to think of it, maybe it's an age thing. She's another one of the Nopons that doesn't really talk in Nopon voice at all. She said phrases like sister-pon and stuff like that, but otherwise she speaks in complete kind of Holmes-style sentences. What saved me back then was my sister-pon's sacrifice. She drew away the monster's attention. That allowed me to escape, despite my injuries. But Cherry still feels I abandoned my sister-pon that day. Can I make one final request? It's about a piece of cloth that belonged to my sister-pon. Can you give it to Cherry for me? This was clearly rewritten at some point. It seems from the dialogue there, like, Rasha is supposed to give you the cloth and you pass it to Cherry that way. But what actually happened is you get it from the Hode, and it's a kind of scrap of cloth that the monster was hanging onto. Those two don't quite seem to line up, so I wonder if it was rewritten at some point during development. Anyway, let's go up and talk to Cherry. This is for you. Piece of old cloth? What would I want with this? You don't recognise it? This pattern. I have seen it somewhere before. It from my beloved Mamapon's clothing. Where did friends get this? We avenged your mother's death. So Antipon Rashus still regrets what happened. Actually, I already know that it was not Antipon's fault. It was fault of Monster. I never will forget, beloved Mamapon. I will carry this piece of cloth with me always. Never forget. I will never forget those that were dear to me, either. Thank you. From now on, I want to patch things up with my Antipon. So, bit of a thawing of relations here. Let's talk to Rasha. We delivered it to her. I see. How was she? She says she doesn't blame you. She knows it was the monster. From now on, she wants to patch things up with you. Me and Cherry patch things up. I do hope I can be like a good Mamapon to her. You're all she's got, and she's all you've got, right? That's right. I've always wallowed in self-pity about my sister Pon's death. Now I want to put that energy into connecting with Cherry. If you continue to believe in each other, it'll turn out fine. I've always believed things would turn out okay. Maybe I was even relying on that idea a bit too much. Thank you so much, my friends. I'll do my best. And that completes Avenge Mamapon's death. This has been a very Sharla-heavy quest arc, and indeed, that should give you a hint that when we complete it, Sharla's Reliant skill branch has been unlocked. Now, I don't remember this being terribly useful, but let's check. Oh, and Dunman's learned a skill as well. What's he learnt? Increases aggro drawn while dealing damage. Yeah, that can be handy. Heat Haze, of course, just turns that off. He's actually nearly towards the end of all of his skill trees. Good lord, I forgot he'd done all of Obstinance. Well, there we go. Oh, Ryan's also learned a skill. He's starting on the Impatience branch now. So he's got Boost, Mad Taunt effect on non-targeted. That's pretty good. Most of these are actually, remember, pretty good. Ryan's Impatience. Sharla's Reliance gives us heavy equipment. That could be an interesting one for Sharla. Makes her a bit more harder to kill, and it's not like she needs the agility so much. What we got? When prioritized will improve ether defense. Memory of Gado increases block rates. Vendetta increases chance for counter-attack. Never quite sure how that works with ranged characters, but there we go. Decisive follow-up grants ether up buff when an ally defeats an enemy. Situational. Revenge, strength up and physical defense up when an ally is incapacitated. That's quite cool. And Ether Explosion massively increases ether. That's pretty good. We'll let her finish confidence and then we'll move on to it, I reckon. And that is us wrapping up for this episode. Hope you join me next time for... next time will be some Ricky-themed ones. Actually, no, not so much. It'll just be Nopon in general, but... Here we've been kind of adventuring out a fair bit. This will be much more focused just in Frontier Village itself. Stay tuned for the remaining routes through No Boys Allowed, and I will see you next time for more Xenoblade. Thank you very much, and good day. No, that's a silly idea. I will wait here, but feel free to go in yourself. This is just a wild guess, but Melia, can you swim? We've seen her swim. That is not why I refuse. Have you any reason to doubt that I can swim? So it's just because you're embarrassed then? Well, it's okay. No one's watching. I even brought swimsuits for us. They passed as armor, but there we go. Alright then, if you think it's safe... Great, let's go swimming, Melia. We'll both keep a lookout for Ryan and Shulk. Wait, Sharla, I feel certain this isn't going to end well. Why should the heat affect me? Don't get your knickers in a twist. I'm just worried about you. It's not as if I'm seeing double or anything. You don't have to put on such a brave face all the time. I'll bring you some water. That would be nice. Thank you. It's nothing. You've earned it. Just because I'm used to this heat doesn't mean everyone is. How come you are used to it? I'm from Colony 6, which is home to a gigantic ether crystal mine. An ether river runs through it at its very deepest points. It's scorching down there. An ether river? I have heard of this phenomenon. When ether particles collide, it causes a chain reaction. The heat produced by all those reactions can be extraordinary. I did not realize you lived so close to such a place. Looking back, this place is a cool breeze next to the central pit. I wish I could have shown you. But it's mysteriously off limits now. Perhaps you could show me some of your colony's other sites. Ones that don't involve me fainting from heat exhaustion. I'd love to, but most of them were destroyed by the Mechon. That's awful. The colony was built on top of the mine, and the mine's still there, more or less. With any luck, we can rebuild our home bigger and better than ever. I am sure you will, Charlotte. I doubt you are used to it. Think about it. I was born and raised in Colony 6. I do not understand. How does that make you accustomed to this heat? Oh, that's right, you wouldn't know. Underneath Colony 6 is a huge ether crystal mine. At the very deepest point, there's an ether river. It's hotter than hot. An ether river? I have heard of this phenomenon. We've heard all of this before. I may have had to decline in any case. I don't think I'd have lasted a minute in there. Ha! Shame we'll never know. It's interesting, there's not normally that much overlap between routes of a quest, but there we go. Heart to heart even, but there we go. We also finally got that achievement, though this isn't really happening, so we'll need to I'll need to figure out how to get that in the real game. That achievement, as you'll see on screen, Heartbreaking, is for taking the worst route for a heart to heart. I may need to actually do that for one of them in the game in order to actually get that achievement. But then is there another one for getting all of the heart to hearts? Then you can't do it all in one playthrough. Anyway, Doctor, stop rambling and end the episode.